Hi to all, welcome to another video from Quest Zero. In today's video, we'll discuss about pyrometry, the continuation of our series on mechanical measurements in metrology and temperature measurements in particular.
Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon for continuous updates on the channel. And if you like the content, do like and share the video.
What is pyrometry? Pyrometry or pyrometer is another set of devices which are used for temperature measurements. The pyrometers are generally classified into the non-contact type of devices which are used for the measurement of temperature. The word itself gives a broader meaning of it. Pyrometry, it is derived from the Greek words pyros, which means fire, or which can be generalized into in today's world, and metron, which means to measure. So basically it means the measurement of the heat source or the measurement of the temperature of the hot body. So these pyrometry in the present day engineering measurements, we can refer it to be the principle applied to measure temperatures which are above 500 degree centigrade. It doesn't mean that the resistance thermometers or the thermocouples that we have studied, they are not capable enough of measuring the temperature above 500 degrees Celsius. They are capable, no doubt, but whenever there is a condition such that the physical contact is not possible, suppose the temperature is 800-900 degrees Celsius and the thermocouple or the resistance thermometer are not advisable to make physical contact with the body, then we go with the pyrometry or the pyrometers. And also whenever going close to the measurement of the hot bodies, and hot body whose temperature needs to be measured and we are not capable enough of going very close to it, then we can employ the pyrometers for it. And also whenever we want to determine the variation of surface temperature, a body whose surface may not be having uniform temperature throughout, there is a variation of temperature on the surface, we want to measure this variation, then we employ pyrometers. As I told you, this refers to temperature measurements above 500 degrees Celsius, and the principle on which this works is the thermal radiation emitted by the hot bodies will be utilized for measurements. What happens in pyrometry? The principle of pyrometry is the intensity of radiation emitted by a hot body depends on the temperature of the body. We all know this. So whenever a body is heated, it starts to emit radiation, and these radiations will have its own wavelength, and at particular wavelengths the intensity of the bodies will be, it could be determined, and this intensity of the radiation, it is very much related to the temperature of the body. So hence, by knowing the intensity at known wavelengths, we will be able to determine what is the temperature of the body releasing or emitting these radiations. Classification of pyrometer, it can be broadly classified. It doesn't mean that this is the only classification for pyrometers. It can be broadly classified into total radiation pyrometers and optical pyrometers. So what are these total radiation pyrometers and optical pyrometers? Total radiation pyrometers, it essentially should work for the complete wavelengths of radiations, but this generally doesn't happen. We consider pyrometers which could either work for even the visible range of wavelengths, that also will classify it as total radiation pyrometers. So total radiation pyrometers are nothing but it can accommodate all the radiations emitted by a body, but since it is very difficult to do that, at least a pyrometer which can accommodate the visible wavelengths of the radiations, then it could be said as total radiation pyrometer. What does optical pyrometers do? Optical pyrometers doesn't accommodate all the wavelengths. It works on particular wavelengths of the radiation. Apart from those particular wavelengths of the radiation, the optical pyrometers are not useful. So, what are total radiation pyrometer? This is a schematic diagram which explains the total radiation pyrometer. On the left side, the block with an orange shade, let us consider that to be the hot body, and this body releases or emits radiation. The radiation coming from the hot body will be made to focus on a receiver. Receiver will generally be a black body which will absorb all the heat. So, once these radiation passes through the focusing lens, all the radiations will be focused to fall on the receiver. After a few seconds or a few allowance of time where the convection, conduction or all reaches an equilibrium, the amount of heat absorbed by the receiver will be measured with the help of a thermocouple. So, the amount of heat absorbed by the receiver will increase the temperature of the receiver, and the temperature of the receiver is measured using a thermocouple, or even it could be using a thermistor or a resistance thermometer, whichever is possible. And this will also have an eyepiece. So, eyepiece generally we don't look into the measurements, but we use it to focus the entire pyrometer towards the hot body and to make the radiations fall on the receiver. So, this is the total radiation pyrometer and the working of it. Now, we will look into what optical pyrometer is. So, optical pyrometers are also called as disappearing filament type pyrometers, and one which is widely used. And as I told you, optical pyrometers works on only certain wavelengths. It doesn't accommodate all the wavelengths of the radiation. So, it again has the hot body source whose temperature needs to be determined. The radiation coming from it will be made to fall on an objective lens, and after the lens an absorption filter will be kept. So, what does this absorption filter does? It absorbs some amount of intensity from the given radiation. I will tell you why that happens. So, once it passes through the absorption filter, it will again fall on a lamp, and the eyepiece will be set in such a way that the hot body as well as the lamp's filament will be superimposed. So, superimposed in the sense the image of the filament will be seen in the foreground of the hot body. So, hot body will make the background and filament will be the foreground. The lamp which has been shown, the filament inside that will be connected to a rheostat and an ammeter. So, with the help of rheostat, we will control the amount of current being flown inside the filament. We know that when the filament receives the current, its current, when it flows through it, the temperature of the filament starts to increase. So, now, this increment in the current is gradually made such that the filament also reaches the same color as the color in the background hot body. So, now it is more like the color matching. When the hot body is of certain color, the filament is made to reach the same color. Now, we can say that both the colors are same, hence both the temperatures are same. Now, let us look at an animation which shows how the filament color changes. This is when starting the color will be completely cold. The amount of current that is passing through it will be 0 and the wire will be completely cold. Now when we look through the eyepiece, the hot body which is at the background will be more luminous and the wire will be more dark. Then when we start passing the current, gradually the color of the wire keeps on changing because of the increment in the height, until it reaches a point wherein the color of the background hot body source as well as the filament wire are the same, and you will not be able to see the filament itself. The filament disappears into the background. This is why it is called as filament disappearing type pyrometer. And then when you start increasing the ammeter further, increasing the current passing through the circuit further, the temperature of the filament will be more than the temperature on the background hot body. Then the filament wire will look more like the more luminous compared to the background. So the background becomes dark and the foreground filament will become more luminous. So this is how the disappearing filament type pyrometer or the optical pyrometer works. So the same thing has been denoted by a schematic diagram, wherein the first diagram shows the filament being too hot. So the filament being too hot, the filament itself is more brighter compared to the background hot body source. When the filament is too cold, it is more dark compared to the background hot body source. But when both the filament and the source, hot body source, are at same temperature, then the filament just disappears with the, or it gets merged with the color of the hot body source. Coming back to the absorption filter, as I told you, the absorption filter reduces the intensity. Why is this required? So when the intensity is reduced, the life of the filament, the lamp filament, will also increase. And there is one more filter, the red film or the red filter. So what does this filter does? It makes the light that is being seen to be more monochromatic. So that is why red filters are used. So this is for today. Today we discussed about optical pyrometers, or what is pyrometry and what is the principle of it, types of pyrometers, and we discussed about working of total pyrometer and optical pyrometer. Optical pyrometer is also called as disappearing filament type pyrometer. Okay. Thank you. So we'll continue our discussions further in the upcoming videos. With this video, we'll conclude the temperature measurement series. Thank you.